Pardon Me, Book 1, Part 4, The Diamond and Coal Series. After a breakfast filled with strained smiles and thinly veiled jabs between Aubrey and Diamond, Devin and Cole exchanged a look that spoke volumes. Without a word, Devin gestured toward the study, a sanctuary of calm in the otherwise tense household. The brothers slipped away, leaving the women behind in the kitchen. As the door to the study clicked shut, Devin exhaled in relief. "Man, that was exhausting," Devin said, leaning against his polished oak desk. Cole chuckled as he sank into the leather armchair near the window, kicking his feet up on the ottoman. "Welcome to my life every time Diamond and I visit. She's already planning her next move, you know." Devin raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Cole smirked, leaning back with his hands clasped behind his head. "She's probably in there deciding how to one-up Aubrey's breakfast presentation. Diamond doesn't play to lose, especially not with her." Devin sighed, rubbing his temples. "I don't understand how they're still at it. It's been, over a decade? They don't even remember why they started beefing in the first place." "That's women for you," Cole replied with a shrug, though his tone lacked judgment. "They don't let things go like we do. Me and you. We'll argue, cool off, and grab a drink the same day. Them? They'll hold on to a grudge like it's a winning lottery ticket." Devin shook his head, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "You make it sound so simple." "It is simple. You just overthink everything," Cole said with a grin. "But that's why you're the polished one, right? Always trying to fix things, even stuff that's out of your hands." Devin walked over to the desk and started pour 2 mugs of coffee. "Fixing things isn't a bad trait, you know, especially with everything going on this weekend." Cole accepted the cup along with a tray of cream and sugar Devin handed him, raising it slightly in a mock toast. "Here we go. Time for the motivational speech." Devin smirked, sitting across from Cole. "It's not a speech. I'm just saying, Casey's death is a wake-up call. She was always the peacemaker, the one who brought people together. Maybe this is a chance for Aubrey and Diamond to finally let go of whatever nonsense they're holding on to." Cole poured cream and sugar into the drink, his expression growing thoughtful. "Casey was special. She had that way of making you feel like you mattered, no matter who you were or what you'd done." Devin nodded. "Exactly. Remember when she sat with that kid in middle school? The one everyone else ignored because he smelled like he hadn't showered in weeks?" Cole laughed softly. "Yeah, you told me about it. She brought him her mom's packed lunches every day for a month, just to make sure he ate. That was Casey, always looking out for the underdog." The brothers fell into a comfortable silence for a moment, each lost in their memories of Casey Evans. Her sudden death had been a shock to everyone. It was a stark reminder of life's fragility. Cole broke the silence. "You really think her funeral's gonna change anything between them?" Devin shrugged, his gaze distant. "I hope so. This funeral hits different. She was still so young. Maybe it'll hit home for them." Cole took a sip of his drink, considering this. "I wouldn't get my hopes up too much. Diamond's stubborn, and Aubrey? She's Aubrey." Devin chuckled. "You're not wrong. But you know what? I've got to try. They're both gonna be mothers soon. I don't want this grudge to spill over into our kids' lives. They deserve a family that's whole, not divided." Cole raised his cup again, this time with more sincerity. "To Casey, then. And to miracles, because that's what it's gonna take to get those two on the same page." "To Casey," Devin echoed, clinking his glass against his brother's. As they drank, the muffled sound of laughter, or maybe an argument, filtered through the walls from the kitchen. Devin glanced toward the door, a mix of hope and apprehension on his face. "Well," Cole said, setting his cup down, "I'll help out where I can. I guess we'll see how this plays out. Either way, it's gonna be a weekend to remember." Devin nodded, a determined glint in his eye. "Let's make sure it's for the right reasons." Devin and Cole exchanged a look as muffled voices from the kitchen grew louder. It wasn't yelling, yet, but the sharp edges of Diamond's tone and Aubrey's laugh that followed made it clear things were heating up. "I told you," Cole muttered, standing and adjusting his hoodie. "They're like 2 cats in a sack. You sure you want to step in?" Devin sighed, smoothing the front of his shirt. "We have to. This isn't sustainable." Cole raised an eyebrow. "All right, mister. Fix it. Lead the way." The brothers walked into the kitchen to find Aubrey leaning casually against the counter, arms crossed, with a smug grin on her face. Diamond stood by the sink, her posture stiff. one perfectly manicured hand resting on her hip. "Ladies," Devin said, his tone calm but firm. "Mind if we join you?" "Depends," Aubrey quipped, arching a brow. "You here to referee or spectate?" Cole chuckled, but Devin shot him a look. "Neither. We're here to talk." Diamond gestured toward the empty stools at the counter. "By all means talk." Devin and Cole sat down, the weight of their presence enough to momentarily halt whatever brewing storm had been gaining momentum. "Look," Devin began, folding his hands on the countertop. "This thing between you two, it's got to stop." Aubrey rolled her eyes. "Here we go." "I'm serious," Devin pressed. "You're both grown women. Diamond, you're my sister-in-law. Aubrey, you're my wife. You're family now. And family can't thrive with this kind of tension hanging over it." Diamond crossed her arms. "It's not like I'm the one keeping this alive." "Oh, please," Aubrey shot back. "You've been throwing shade since the 8th grade. And you've been catching it ever since," Diamond retorted, her tone ice cold. Cole held up a hand. All right. Let's not turn this into a shade-off." He turned to Diamond. "Why don't you tell us why this started in the first place?" Diamond opened her mouth to respond but paused, her brow furrowing slightly. "It was something she said. Or maybe it was something she did. I don't know, but it was disrespectful." Aubrey let out a laugh, loud and incredulous. "Disrespectful? Girl, I've been nothing but a ray of sunshine in your life." Diamond scoffed. "Sunshine? More like a storm cloud. Always stirring up drama, always trying to outshine everyone." Devin turned to Aubrey. "Do you remember what this is all about?" Aubrey shrugged, popping a grape into her mouth. "Not a clue, but I know she started it." "I started it?" Diamond exclaimed, her voice rising. "You've got to be kidding me. Does it even matter who started it?" Devin said, his patience wearing thin. "The point is, neither of you can even remember what you're fighting about. Isn't that a sign that it's time to let it go?" Aubrey smirked. "Oh, I let it go a long time ago." She glanced at Diamond. "But you just keep dragging it back up. Like calling me Snow Bunny, thinking it's gonna hurt my feelings or something." Diamond tilted her head, her tone sharp. "You're telling me it doesn't bother you?" "Not one bit," Aubrey said, her grin widening. "I've embraced it. Snow Bunny is a term of endearment now. Devin loves it, don't you, baby?" Devin raised his hands, refusing to be dragged into the crossfire. "See," Aubrey continued, her voice dripping with mock sweetness. "I took your little insult and made it mine. That's what queens do." Diamond narrowed her eyes. "You're insufferable. And you're predictable." Aubrey shot back, leaning in slightly. Cole sighed, leaning back in his chair. "This is going nowhere." Devin rubbed his temples, his voice measured but firm. "You two are seriously going to sit here and let something you can't even remember define your relationship? Don't you see how ridiculous that is?" Diamond's lips pressed into a thin line. Aubrey tapped her nails against the counter, avoiding Devin's gaze. Cole leaned forward, his tone softer. "Look, we all loved Casey. And she was the kind of person who'd hate to see this. She believed in love, kindness, forgiveness, all that good stuff. Don't you think it's time to honor her by living the way she did?" Diamond glanced at Aubrey, her expression unreadable. Aubrey looked back, her defenses still up but slightly less rigid. "I'm not saying you have to be best friends," Devin added, "but at least try to be civil. Not for us, for yourselves, and for these babies coming into the family." Aubrey's gaze flicked to her belly, then back to Diamond. Diamond hesitated, her polished exterior cracking just enough to reveal a flicker of doubt. "Fine," Diamond said finally, her voice cool but less combative. "I'll try." Aubrey nodded slowly. "Same here, but don't push it." Cole clapped his hands together. "Progress. I'll take it." Devin smiled faintly, though he knew this was just the first step. "That's all we're asking for." For now, the storm had passed, but both men knew it wouldn't take much for the clouds to roll in again. Still, it was a start, and sometimes a start with... Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed. If you want to hear more from this series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.